Conditions last week were very different, though. You know, if you think the pitch, very boggy, so it was a little bit different, and the wind, the way it was cutting straight across the wreck last week, made it very, very difficult to play. So for us, I thought we were better in the contact area. You know, we knew about the threats that they have in their team going into last week, but there's one thing known about it, but then it's actually having to, how do we deal with it? So we didn't deal with it particularly well at times last week, so definitely better in the contact area, even though we give away a penalty and 3 points at the very start of the game for not being able to clear some of the threat that in one of those rucks. So but yeah, no, overall I thought we played with a bit more attacking intent, and able to move Bath around a bit more, and so I thought the guys were very clinical in terms of taking some of the opportunities when they came along, particularly in the first half. We probably don't make a great read in the line out, and then we find ourselves defending a series of attacks from Bath. So they were very direct. You know, I thought they came with a very simple, very direct focus in terms of the way they tried to attack us. Very strong in the carry, a lot of big ball carriers. They're a big physical team. You know, you see the size of some of those guys up close. They're a team that have got a ton of resources behind them, you know, and they've got so much quality. So we knew they're going to have their moments in the game. For us, maybe there was a couple of times in the first half where we just don't quite connect defensively. So yeah, there's definitely lots of things we can get better at. You know, if you think we've come off, you know, a period at the start of the season where guys are dropping back at various different stages, then everyone goes away again. So then you're trying to rebuild everything. You know, we talked about that, you know, that level of cohesion with some of the selections. You know, but it's good that we have everyone back together now, and you're able to build in this block. And you know, obviously we've 3 huge inter-pro games coming up now, so our attention changes back to a different competition, Park Europe, and sort of see where everyone sits after the weekend. So yeah, no, it's there's lots of exciting rugby coming up. Yeah, I thought Rory did very, very well. You know, it took his try well in the first half. Thought he was very strong in the carry, fights through the contact well. You know, we talked about yesterday just, you know, the relationship there from the end of last season where he stepped in at 12. So he's had the experience, even though he hasn't maybe started that many games. But I thought he performed in that role very well at the tail end of last season. So yeah, it was a really positive step, I think, for Rory today. So delighted for him. We took Tyg off quite early because he had been struggling a bit during the week, so you wouldn't necessarily notice in the first half, but he was involved in everything. I think a lot of guys came back in last week, and after a little bit of time off, struggling to get to the level of the game, you know, the level of the physical part of the game, in the game in the rec. So I think it was a bit of a shock to some of them. So they were definitely in a much better place this week, I think. You know, which is a good reminder for us. You could see, you know, you see it across all the pools and what it means to the teams playing. But yeah, I thought Tyg did well today. They seem to be travelling very well. Yeah, there's the mix that they have of big ball carrying forwards are able to manage contact on their terms and get the ball away. You know, it's very much classic Toulouse of the Guy Novez era, and you know, some of the backs, they have a lot of pace, very, very skillful as well. So yeah, they're going to be a handful, and obviously they're still sitting pretty at the top of the pool. So we know we've plenty of work to do.